welcome back. This is episode 33 of the Part-Time Players podcast. This is the video game podcast where four pals discuss the week's video game news. If you like the podcast, please like and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts. And we also, if you've not heard, you should have heard by now, but we do a brand new video podcast that we upload on YouTube. We post on Monday. So yeah, we really appreciate your support. Obviously, my name's Reese Lagden, and I am joined, as always, by Brad Seeley. How you doing today, Brad?
Hello, yes, I am good, thank you. I've got my little intro music.
I was like, what is he doing?
It took him ages to do that.
I had it all set up, and then I was looking at something else, and it wasn't...
You took so long to do that, and I just don't think it was even worth it.
It wasn't. Look, throughout the episode, if I've got something big to say, is this going to be this?
Have you?
It's not working. It's not working.
It's not working.
Is that Family Guy or Simpsons where they go to the radio? It is Family Guy, isn't it? Where Brian goes on the figure they got all the.
Yeah, and on YouTube it's DJ air horn sound effect.
DJ air horn.
Yeah,
Fair enough. Ash Seeley, how you doing today, mate?
This guy. I'm carrying on. Nobody remembers. Nobody remembers.
I've moved on to the air. I've moved on to the DJ air horn now. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm good, mate. I'm good.
Cool. This guy. And then, last but not least, I don't know if Brad's got anything prepared, but Brad Moore, welcome back.
Yeah, just a vocal.
well,
it's my thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like you all just came together and planned this.
I listened to a couple of episodes.
There is no planning. No planning.
Yeah,
no
planning.
No, there is no planning. You can tell.
I listened to a couple of episodes, and every intro, you always like, "You all right, Brad? How you doing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, thanks." So I thought, how can I jazz it up? DJ air horn. So that's what I went for.
Yeah. Well, you have jazzed out. Have you got the same mug as me? What you?
I got Iron Man.
Oh,
that's not the same.
No.
I've got Marvel Cup.
Look at that.
What you got, Reese?
Brad, what you got, Brad?
Nothing.
Destiny? Go a Destiny mug.
No, I actually haven't. How have I not got a Destiny mug?
No.
I'm going to try and have a different mug every episode. So,
Is that a thing?
Quite,
okay. I will try and remember, but I won't.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Exciting for our viewers.
Well, they can pick it up and be like, what mug's Brad got this week?
Especially for the audio listeners that can't see it at all. I'm sure they can't wait to listen to you.
New segment, Brad mug of the week.
Yeah,
and
I like that. Yeah.
I think people could turn that around. They could.
This is my destiny.
Yeah, I feel like we're clutching already. We're only like 30 odd episodes in, and we're already gone to terrible segments. But move on. How's our week been, guys? Good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Busy.
So I had to be out of almost on. Well, when this drops, we'll be in February. So I'm so glad that January is over. It's a long and horrible month.
Yeah, it just kind of all blurs into one, though, really. And that's like everyone was like, "I'm so glad 2020 is over." 2021 is exactly the same, so it doesn't really.
Oh yeah.
In many ways, worse.
Yeah, it's just so. Just get on with it.
Agreed.
We're gamers, so we just stay in our dark rooms and play games. We don't really look out the window. We shut those blinds. We block out that sunlight. Don't want to know it.
Absolutely.
I'm
so used to wearing pajama bottoms. Go on. Sorry, Brad.
There's people breaking social distancing rules. Let me go out there and shout abuse at them. No, I'm joking.
Jesus. Anyway, shall we kick off the news?
Yes.
I can kick it off with the first news story of the week, which is obviously everybody's excited for. Everybody can't wait for the new war table for Avengers. I can see everybody's excitement. Look at their faces. Can't wait for it. So basically going to be a deep dive into Hawkeye, his operation. It's called Future Imperfect, and also going to be discussing the PS5 and Series X upgrade, which I imagine will launch with this new update. It's going to have premiere on the 16th of February, so a couple of weeks away. And yeah, there's not much else. They just basically Square Enix just basically tweeted that out. That's going to happen. It's about time. It's gone so silent. And I'm kind of a little bit, I feel like the game, I know you guys don't play it and you're probably never going to jump in now, but I feel like this game is like on like a thread. And it's like, it could become good. There's so much potential there, or it could just die and become Anthem. I couldn't bet which way it's going to go. And it needs, this kind of war table kind of needs a lot. And I just don't think they're going to give it to me. They kind of need to around new raid. They need to give us like a roadmap really of 2021. Like we need to know what is coming, and they can't delay it any further. And to give them a little bit of credit, they have been very unlucky. They've been plagued with so much bad luck. I think obviously COVID, which all developers have been hit by. Then I think they had a fire just before that in like their studio, which delayed things by a few weeks. And then when they were finally going to launch their raid, which was a Wakanda Black Panther raid, obviously tragic, but Chadwick Boseman, he passed away, unfortunately. So they decided not to think that they're money grabbing. So they completely delayed that. And it's like, but the game needed that content so badly. So I hope they're going to announce that this raid's going to be on now, because it's been long enough. Definitely. So yeah, are you guys ever going to jump in? Would you ever be interested? Why did you not jump in the beginning before obviously this bad PR about it? Brad S?
I played the demo as we back in the early days of the podcast, didn't we? I played.
Yeah, I remember you saying, yeah.
And I just didn't enjoy it. We was hoping that maybe Square Enix was going to give us a review code. They didn't. So
they responded to us though.
Yeah, I didn't.
No.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't know. Yeah, just playing the demo, it just wasn't fun. So I was like, if I'm not enjoying this, 20-minute demo, I really am not going to enjoy however many hour-long game. So, yeah, I checked out, and then afterwards, I kind of felt vindicated, because everyone was saying it was pretty shit. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people were saying they weren't as good as it could be or it should be. So, yeah, I just I left it, and this announcement doesn't make me want to go in. So, I won't be.
I get that.
Yeah, I won't be playing.
Yeah, Ash, was you ever interested?
I was, and then I listened to this podcast, and then I decided not to play it. Yeah. So,
my review of it.
Yeah, you made a rod for your own back. Yeah, just like Brad was saying, it just, I before it even proper released, I heard there wasn't a lot of sustenance to it, so I was just going to wait. I was going to wait. Maybe it got, like most games, once they're out for a while, they pick up, and people are like, they're raving about it, but that never happened. It never come to fruition. So just one of them one I was willing to spend, 50 odd quid on to play. And again, you do need. It's one of them. You need a fair few players to have a laugh and have fun and that. And
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I ain't got that many friends.
Yeah, I think that. Good many friends. We'll play. Oh well, I'll definitely play with you. But I think that was the issue with Brad as well. It's kind of like going back to like Division, and obviously we're going to go on to it as a news story later with Brad Moore. But like, you obviously played that by yourself and you didn't enjoy it. And I'm not saying you're going to love it. Now we agree that we're going to play this week, but I generally think you will. Like, playing these type of games by yourself and playing with a group of friends, the game just completely changes. And I guess because I played that, I plan to play it with my friend Christian, and we played it all the way through together. And I like the campaign. The campaign is like playing an Avengers movie, to be fair. And I think the campaign by itself is enough just to buy the game. If you're a Marvel fan, you will like that campaign. It's got really good voice actors. The story's good. The issue was, once you did it, there was nothing to do. And you had all these characters to level up. And it was kind of like, now what? Now what?
Yeah.
Which Destiny is nowhere near. Obviously, Destiny's got loads of things you can do, but kind of Destiny's having a little bit of a problem at the moment, isn't it, Brad? With like, what is the actual end content once you with your artifact and you get to like pinnacle gear, and it's like, now what? Like, you could do GMs like Grandmasters, but the artifact is not even included. Do you know what I mean? It's like a problem for a lot of these looter games. Like, what are you working towards, and what is the end stuff? But playing with friends is completely different.
I've seen a lot of criticism, and I was on Twitter when it got announced. Everyone's just like, yeah, this is all good and all, but can we have something other than aimbots to fight? So, and that's what it seemed a lot of. There was just a lot of like the old boss battle here and there, but every enemy was an aimbot. Just, So
Yeah, there's a variety though to the bots. Like, it ain't like you're shooting and fighting the same enemy. They are have a different archetype, and they do feel different because they're robots. But yeah, no, they definitely desperately need a new enemy type. And you see in this kind of trailer that I think the scroll are going to be in it. So
Yeah.
they are going to add a new enemy type to it, which I think will completely change the game. And like I said, it's on a thread. I can see this game becoming really good because the actual playing as the different superhero and the characters, they've done it so brilliantly. Like, playing as Iron Man feels completely different to playing as Black Widow and playing as Thor or Captain America. Like, they feel like you're playing as that character with all their abilities. And as soon as you level them up to like level 50, the game is fun, especially if you've got like a squad of people that have got all their characters level up and stuff, and you're looting. Yeah, but Bradem, I know you're huge with Destiny, and it's hard to pull you away from it. Was you ever attempted at all? Never.
No, I was tempted. I'm skeptical when these sort of games come out. These Destiny killers come out. They I usually let the dust settle. All right, is there an end game? Because I don't want to get all the way there and then realize there's absolutely no end game, which often happens, and where they fall short. And by the time it did get to the end game, and the thoughts were, well, this is a bit meh. It's like, okay, well, that boat's sailed now, so I just kind of, just sort of went by. But I'd potentially jump back in again. It depends. Like, there's no real reason for me to at the time, and maybe never say never. I've just got to be, it's got to be nothing else to do, and then I'll jump on it. I guess.
You've got to be desperate. Yeah,
as long as there's nothing else,
I get it.
I'll give it a go.
Yeah, no, I do get that. I think a bit like Division 1, like, we played that together. Brad S. And we never did any of the end game. We just did the campaign, and we kind of jumped out. I have really fond memories of just playing that game with you and just doing the campaign, jumping out. And it's like similar to this. It's like, I've done the campaign, I played it. There's no end game, but I still have fond memories. It's the exact same. I just think of it as Division 1. Do you know what I mean? But Division 1 never got shout on like this. I don't know why it's got such bad PR because it had no end game, when so many other games have made that mistake. Like, it's nowhere near as bad as Anthem. It's equally as good as I think it's Division 1. But Division 1 just never had this bad PR. I just don't get. Maybe it's because it was buggy. I just don't ever.
I don't know. Maybe because it was kind of like one of the first, wasn't it, of this type of game. So
yeah, I suppose.
I don't know, maybe there wasn't a lot to compare it to. Yeah. But I think we didn't do anything in the end game, did we? We did come on here once, saw someone, killed him, in the dark zone, whatever it's called.
Yeah,
and then, just run off, and never really played it.
Yeah,
again,
we dipped our toes into the P versus P once, and then killed a man and run out, and never went back.
So we won't do it. We won't just kill random people. Literally, the first person we saw on his own, we was like, kill him. I think
we had
us as well.
We had an open conversation. Yeah, it was like, should we kill him? Should we? Like, what should we do?
And
he was just by himself. He walked towards us, quite friendly, and even got his gun raised and everything. And Brad just like meleeed him in the face and took him out.
So toxic.
We killed him and stole his loot.
It just shows what kind of
you can tell a lot of people. You can tell a lot about a person in that situation.
Arises,
we stole his stuff. Yeah, we ganged up on him, but nice people. But anyway,
I remember playing that game, back in the day, and it was really fun. And I think I could get into another, game where you play with your mates and that. But it's got to be the right one for me, because, like you say, I've got really fond memories of playing games like that. And I remember playing it just before starting work and have to rush in to get to work because I was really into it. Yeah. But I think it's just got to be that right game. It's got to draw me in, and I think once I'm in, and I'll put money into it and I'll put time into it. But I'm old school. I like playing games where it's just me and the story, and then
Yeah, it depends on what type of game. I'm more and more going towards, maybe Destiny's kind of reformed my mind, but I more and more struggle to play games by myself. It has to be really, really good for me to want to do it. Like, I just at this moment in time, like, games, I just can't get gripped by any games. Like, I think I've said it for the last few weeks on what we've been playing, and I just jump into Assassin's Creed. And I'm just like, what? This is nothing wrong with this game. Why? There's something I just want to play a multiplayer game at this moment in time. I don't know. It's just something in my mind where it's like that co-op thing. I just really enjoy it. Like, whether or not it's what was that Ghost of Tsushima one? Was it Ghosts or whatever
that
it
was
was called? That was great. Once again, I played that with my friend, and obviously Destiny that I played with Brad M, and I don't know, just Avengers and things like that. I just really enjoy like looter games, co-op games, and I can't wait for Gotham Knights once again. Like, imagine that game is going to be completely different playing it with a friend than it is playing it by yourself.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you've got best of both worlds there.
yeah, exactly. But I'm kind of being quite fortunate, I suppose, because I always plan to play it with people. And it's like, we're going to play this together. We hype it up, and then we then do actually play it together. So it's always good. But anyway, we're talking about Division. I think it's a good segue onto the next news story. Brad?
Sure, yeah. So Division 2 is getting its next-gen update next week. So, well, that falls this week, tomorrow, by the time this podcast goes out. So it's getting increased resolution and performance enhancements for PS5, Xbox Series X. So that's really good news, actually. Really excited. A bit out of nowhere as well. Really quick turnaround. So Ubisoft Community Manager, this is what Johan Lindholm had to say. He confirmed on Twitter account that the update is set to arrive February 2nd, dropping into the game alongside a crossover event celebrating Resident Evil's 25th anniversary. So there's a bit of an event happening as well. So it's not just a...
Not a Fed, isn't it? Odd crossover.
I know, really weird. But yeah, I mean, great. It's given us a reason to go in and check out the new visuals and performance for the Division 2. So yeah, I'm going in, guys. It's gonna be good.
I'm going to re-download it.
Yeah,
I've got it on console, so we can. I'll jump in with you guys.
What, PS4?
Yeah.
I don't
know.
know if I want to load myself to that.
Don't want to get into it. But,
you're going to slow us down, Ash, with your frames.
Yeah.
You know,
my frames would be so low. You'd be like, I've already killed him. I'd be like, oh shit, I'm still shooting at him.
Yeah. We would have moved on to the next building, and Ash is still like lagging behind. But yeah, joking, of course.
So yeah, I mean, it's that these events in the Division, I've never really taken part in. They have done events before, haven't really done. They always seem to be a little bit underwhelming. They tend to revolve around cosmetics and sort of like login rewards and things like that, which is fine. I've got no issue with cosmetics being the reward, but you feel like, you know, they've done a zombie mode before, I think last Halloween, and I was like, oh wow, are we going to be in this map and
that
have
game's
like
perfect for zombies.
It's perfect. I was like dreaming up, like, oh my god, this is like the ultimate game for a zombie horde mode. But it didn't. It was just the same enemy types and just some Halloween themed, zombie themed exotics and skins and stuff. So a little bit. I mean, there's only like been a little teaser trailer so far. It doesn't look like it's going to be anything too big, but I'll certainly be sure to check it out because I do love the core mechanics of that game. We've spoken about it a bit already, and yeah, we're going to jump in, check it out, and I guess we'll give our impressions next week.
Yeah, definitely. What day does it come out? The 2nd?
Yeah, so Tuesday.
Okay, yeah, sweet. Yeah.
Unfortunately, same day as Reset for Destiny, which is we're in the last week of the season Destiny, so I imagine it will be like a crossover or immersion into the next season. So it's it's a little bit annoying, but I have downloaded it as well. But I've got a feeling, and I don't know why I have downloaded it, because clearly there's going to be another download. You're clearly going to have to download the PS5 version. So I've downloaded the PS4 version. But yeah, I will have to re-download it probably on Tuesday. So probably be a thing to play on Wednesday, maybe.
I'm quite happy because when I got my PS5, I got the disc version. I didn't really want the disc version. I just panicked on Amazon. It was the first one I saw, and I was like, "Get it!" But yeah, I had Division 2 on disc, so that paid off. There you go.
I bought the Division 2 last year. I remember talking to Reese about it. I think it was like £7 in one of the sales. So yeah, I picked it up really cheap. So
I bought it like day one.
Oh no!
Bought day one. Played it for about 3 hours and thought, bored of that.
I'm lonely.
I played it day one as well. I pre-ordered it.
Yeah, because this is when you two should have been friends, and then you could have played together. Yeah. You could have played with each other.
My mate, who I used to play number one with, was like, "Oh, I don't like playing it, so I didn't really enjoy number one, so I'm not going to bother playing number two." And I was like, "Oh, I bought it now."
Well, the squad's numbers is it 4 people in a team? He is 4.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's 4.
There
Yeah.
he goes.
I was
Ideal.
gonna say because I was playing with 2 people, 2 crazy Italians. It was great.
Uh-huh.
What was that?
Yeah.
Mario and Luigi? Were they
Yeah,
plumbers?
yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I had a team of 4.
absolutely.
I completely no-lifed the campaign, and then the DLC come out. I did all of that. So I don't know what I've missed. I don't know what we've missed in the last few months, but I don't feel like that.
I did the
Was
same
New York
again.
the last DLC.
Last expansion, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
it
that
was,
was that was really cheap in the January sale as well. When I saw it, and I was like, "Never gonna play that again. Why do I get that?" And then it's,
I don't think. I think it's like, is it £20, £30
it?
now? I think it's like
Yeah.
20. If we really enjoy it, I will invest.
yeah.
Yeah,
I want actually. I'm looking forward to it. When you messaged me the other day saying about the update and jumping back in, I was like, yeah, I haven't played it, so yeah, it'd be
I'll
fun
start again.
playing with more
start again.
people, obviously. So
Yeah,
I
we're
can't
all
even
playing
remember what
together.
level I
Then
am.
we'll Ash can play as well.
I'm like level 1, I think. So
Let's just start a game. Just
Yeah,
start a game
that's a
from
good
scratch
idea,
and
yeah.
play it all the way through. So yeah,
Is it definitely cross-generational play? Is it? Okay.
Yeah,
That's something we need to find out.
it would be. I'm presuming that every game has been so far.
Yeah.
So it would be shocking if they didn't do it with this one. But yeah, no, it's cool. I think we're all presuming it's going to be 4K 60 on PS5 and stuff. So
yeah,
good.
Yeah, it's confirmed.
Imagine
to
the
be
seat's going
4K
to look
60.
great.
Title update 12.1 will add support 4K and 60 frames for all players on next gen.
sweet.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
I'll be running
Yeah,
at 1080p at fucking 20 frames a second. I'm like, God, this is so crisp
It's
on
going
my
to look like
telly.
cyberpunk. Yeah. It's gonna look like cyberpunk.
Yeah.
It's actually just going to be like following behind a T-posing, just floating along, like the woman from Raised by Wolves. Just
Fair enough. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to play it. It's a good game.
Yeah.
It is a good game. Talking about, you could have the same criticism for that game though, couldn't you? Really? No, with like Avengers, where you're just shooting aimbots. You're just shooting any like people basically. It's kind of
but
very
in the
similar.
first game, some of them are bin men. Some of them were. I can't remember.
Wearing a
what
different
those were.
outfit. It doesn't, it's still the same.
They're just
remember
high-vis
some were
jackets, aren't they?
construction
Like,
workers.
just because wearing a different T-shirt doesn't make it any different.
That you emptied about 15 rounds into, 15 clips into, and they still didn't
Yeah.
die. But some of those construction workers are hardy. They're
Yeah.
New Yorkers.
New York, New York construction types. We all know that.
I'm working here.
Yeah.
Now we're in DC.
I have a real.
There's a really good mission in it where you go through the museum. It's so good. It's like a Vietnam museum. It's so cool.
Yeah, I'm so up and down with Division. I can't. I love it and hate it at different times of the year. Like I did. One of our friends was talking about going back to it recently before the updates were announced. I was like, I just don't fancy it. Like the prospect of going back in just didn't appeal to me. But now it's got the upgrade. I'm like, I've suddenly had this shift in mindset where I'm like, actually, yeah, I kind of want to get back into that again. But it's a weird one, the Division though. It is a bit. I've got this problem with, because it's a looter, all the loot that you get, like the weapons, it is all like stat loot. Like you can't really see your weapons, you can't see your skins, and you can't see your cosmetics. And that's part of the appeal for Destiny, is that you build your character, you've got this brilliant UI where you make yourself look fucking brilliant, and you buy all this stuff, and your guns are in first person. So if you buy or earn an ornament for a gun, you can see it and it changes
We get it.
the
It's not
sound.
Destiny.
Yeah, I don't know. And that's my motivation. That's my driver.
Yeah.
And Division, you don't.
You could
really
apply
have
that to every game.
And
It is just not Destiny. Like,
Can you imagine if they did make another game that was like Destiny? You'd lose your shit 'cause you'd be like, it's just a Destiny rip-off, and I'm not happy with it at all.
Yeah. Destiny 3. Oh no.
Good point. But yeah, I don't know. Division, I'm in the mindset now where I'm looking forward to it, but it is very up and down. I do go through stages where I'm like, I can't be bothered for this.
Yeah, no.
I miss the snow. I really like number one.
I did.
Snow.
I
really
like,
liked
New
that.
York was so much cooler.
Yeah.
I really liked those visuals much better. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Like what I would want more than anything is for them to do a London. I think London
that'd be
Division
cool.
would be so cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, maybe because we're all obviously British and stuff, and we would like that. But yeah, no, it'd be so cool with the underground and stuff like that. It's like
In the
it was
snow.
in the snow, exactly, or rain.
Yeah.
It should be raining probably.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, sure, yeah.
yeah, no, it'd be so cool. It's such a shame that Ubisoft actually finally did a game in London, and they chose to do it for Watch Dogs. You know what I mean?
The
Like,
wrong
like it's like perfect. We've been waiting for this for so long, and then it wasn't Division. So
And
unfortunate.
everybody was very roadman in that game. Don't know if our American listeners understand that, but they was very. There was no Cockney in that really. That was very. It's very disheartening when you play in that game. You're like, I don't know if everybody speaks like this in London.
Yeah, they're still in Middle Earth, aren't they? It's all the Orcs.
Yeah, yeah, they're still
all the
knocking
Cockney guys.
around there. Yeah.
Yeah, that game's great. Anyway, gone on about this a little bit too long. So, news story number 2 for me is Returnal. Housemarque's time looping third-person roguelike game has been delayed. It's now going to be coming out on April the 30th. The original date was March the 19th, so around about a month's delay. And they basically said the delay is just for polishing. Basically, they just needed a little bit more time. So, not surprising. I kind of feel like we should probably start a little counter of how many delays they're going to be this year, because I think we've already had. Is this the 3rd or 4th one we've had already?
Yeah, I think there's going to be loads. Yeah.
Like we said, it's just, I think, was it you, Brad, that said it's not going to affect last year's games, it's probably going to affect this year's games, like COVID, and just everything's probably just going to be pushed to the next quarter and just pushed further and further back. And any of the games that are probably coming out in autumn, are they not going to make it? Like God of War and things like that.
2022, yeah. So I think, I don't know if you had this, but Lord of the Rings Gollum has been pushed to 2022 as well.
Yeah,
It's not one of the ones I'm massively looking forward to be honest. The old
No,
Gollum.
I don't really. Yeah,
why would you?
I don't want to play as Smeagol / Gollum. Yeah, I mean, it's just,
weedy little fucker. Home. I want to play as like Boromir or something. Someone with a sword. I'm just going around biting fingers off.
He fat shamed Sam as well in the film.
Yeah, that's not on.
I'm not into that.
Slapping fish on a rock, you know.
Yeah, just not about it.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. So it's kind of an odd choice, I suppose. Yes, he's fans, I guess. I don't know. Odd one.
Yeah. Smeagol Simulator.
Fair enough. I take it no one's like excited about Returnal, are they?
I forgot about it until you put it in the in the group chat about the story, and I was like, "Oh, this game." Yeah. So no, I'm not really.
Fast. It's one of the ones where I'm kind of half interested. If it comes out in the time period where there's not much to play, I'm quite confident that it's going to be a good game. Like, it's quite safe. Like, Housemarque is a pretty good studio, and they're just really good at making these types of games. So I'm quite confident it's going to be a good game. It's just one of the ones where it's like, I'd rather play something else than play this. So if there isn't that thing, then I probably would give it a go. So, let's see. Because I just don't know we don't really have any dates. I know we did it a few weeks ago where we did our games coming out in 2021, and most of them just don't have a date. And I think it maybe is because of delays in COVID, and they don't actually know when games are coming out. And I think that's a problem for a lot of games, because I feel like by now in like February, we should be getting like an actual like state of play or a Nintendo. Do you know what I mean? Like, they'll be announcing. I feel like we get the first one normally in February, like February, March.
Yeah, everybody's just
when are we
quiet.
getting exactly like Horizon and Ratchet and Clank? Like, when are we getting the breakdown of that and the dates for that? It's kind of like there's no announcement. So I feel like we're going to get one soon, surely.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. Get some announcements going. Get some new games.
Exactly.
Even though I've got a lot of old games to play, so
Yeah. It's kind of great.
I've got a brand new
PS5
game
and
that I can't play
PS5
on.
Yeah.
Any more luck with that, Ash? We're getting a PS5?
No, I can't. Not gonna lie, I've kind of stopped bothering. I got to a point where I had the app on my phone and I was checking every day, and then I still couldn't get hold of one. And then they done a couple of drops, and like with the Argos one, I think that's the turning point. The Argos one where everything's sold out before it's even access to the public. I was like, I'll tell you what, can't be bothered. I just deleted the app. I closed down all the windows what I had open. I was like, I just can't live my life like this anymore. Just constantly going on, sitting there thinking, actually, I better check game. Oh, nothing. And then I just wait. I don't care. And I know that's not the best attitude to have for a gaming podcast, but I just can't be bothered. I'll get next gen when I get next gen.
Yeah, you're just gonna quit now. Yeah,
That's it. Quit. That's it. I'm
you
going.
quit, right?
Yeah, I'm going to get a Nintendo
It's been good.
64.
You lasted a
And,
month.
I'm just going to play that.
Retro second.
Yeah, retro gaming.
Nice. Brett, next news story.
Yeah, cool. All right, so let's talk about PS Plus. Some huge, fantastic additions to PS Plus being added this month. So we've got Destruction All Stars, Control Ultimate Edition, and Concrete Genie are all going to be available for PS Plus from February.
Very strong month. Very strong.
Yeah, really good lineup. PS Plus just in general has just been trending it's been in a really good place. I remember the first year it came out, first year and second year, it was just indie game after indie game after indie game, and no one really cared about it. But
There's a few golds in there, like Rocket League and things like that. I remember.
Yeah, a few gems on the way, but they just seem to be
not many.
consistently knocking out some pretty good games recently.
Yeah, they have.
year.
Yeah. I think GTA in the summer. Sorry to interrupt you there, but to think GTA in the summer is going to be a PS Plus game, like that is massive. And I know like Rockstar made so much money from it, but they must be like, how much money are they giving Rockstar? Be like, you're going to give your upgrade free of charge. Like that must be a lot. Because do you know what I mean? It's just
absolutely.
Like, I can't imagine the
the
dollar.
For the 8-year-old game, you know. So,
it keeps selling, mate. It keeps selling. I'm going to download it, and I would have bought it.
Yeah, true. All right, so PS Plus, Destruction All Stars. Who's looking forward to that?
Now it's a PlayStation Plus game. I'll definitely give it a go. If it were before they announced that, you know, they was going to say it was like full price, I wasn't interested at all. But now I'll. We was watching the state of play for it just before we recording this, so it looks good, quite good. I'll give it a bash.
Looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
No, I won't. No, you couldn't give that shit away to me. I have no interest in it. At least I'm honest. That's what I bring to this podcast, honestly. No.
Is it because you can't play it because it's PS5 exclusive?
It's a mixture of that.
You have no option, do you?
One, I can't. Two, I don't want to. No, I'm just not. It's just I don't know. It's just I'm just not that fussed about it.
Did you ever like Rocket League though?
No.
Oh, okay, there you go. Then,
yeah, see, that's not. It's not even the in. I don't even. It didn't even bother with that. Football with cars. No.
It was really good. I said that.
It was really fun.
Reese kept telling me to download it when it years ago, and I was like, mate, remote control cars playing football, it sounds like absolute dog shit. And then I did buy it and really enjoyed it. So
no, I did play it. I played it before, but I didn't play it. I played like a couple of games and I was like, no, I'm done with this.
I liked Rocket League when it first came out, and then it turned all to shit. They put too much. Put too much crap in it.
Too much stuff. Yeah, I like the original classic Rocket League. Yeah, that's
OG Rocket League.
Classic Rocket League.
Batmobile and that.
Yeah.
You can still play it classic if you want. I don't know if it's called classic mode, but you can still.
I think the problem is I like where you play as a character and you dress the character, change his clothes and that. That's why I could never do a Twitch channel, because it'd just be me playing Red Dead, being like, can't do this mission yet until I've got the right hat. I'm not an idiot.
You can customize the cars.
Yeah, but that's boring.
Oh, I feel like there's going to be a nightmare playing Division with you, aren't you? You're going to be.
I will, 100%. I'll be like, hold on, wait, I've picked some new stuff up. Hold on, wait a minute.
It takes like 10 years for you to load your menu as well, because you're on PS4, so it's going to be a nightmare.
At least I ain't got to worry about scarves in this one. Spent so long trying to find a fucking scarf in the first one. I really liked.
Oh, wow. Incredible.
It's important stuff. Customization.
Thank you.
I kind of got mixed feelings about Destruction All Stars. I will add it to my library, because why not? It's free of charge, and if it turns out to be good, then I've got it. But I feel like PlayStation have just showed no faith in it. Like, this is like that state of play that we just saw. It's the first we've actually seen of it, and it's kind of like, how much is going to be in it? It's going to be empty, and I don't know. I just feel like they don't trust it, I feel like, and they haven't really put much faith in it. So it's kind of like, why should I? So I'm kind of a little bit skeptical of how good it's actually going to be. Because it wasn't a PS Plus game, it was up for sale, and I think they probably saw the sales numbers and they changed their minds because it clearly was going to get swamped. But I'm just a little bit concerned of how late we haven't seen any gameplay. Like, Brad M, you like alluded to it a few weeks ago, didn't you? It was like asking like, oh, I haven't seen this game at all. And it's like, well, no one has, you know, it's kind of like you haven't missed it. And we've had multiple state of plays last year where they showed a lot of PS5 games that are going like indie games that are third party games that are not even coming out in 2021. And they didn't even pick this.
Yeah.
So the fact that they didn't even pick it for their own state of play in the whole 2020 makes you think,
maybe it's going to be full of bugs. Maybe they've got it. They were planning on delaying it, and they've managed to get it out. They've got this schedule with PS Plus they've had to stick to, and
maybe
might end up launching full of problems. Might not. But yeah, I mean, for those who don't know, I guess it's sort of a cross between. I don't know, how would you describe it? I guess Destruction Derby and Fortnite with a bit of Rocket League. Well, there's no football there actually, but
it's basically Twisted Metal, isn't it?
Yeah, Twisted Metal. Oh yeah, I guess yeah. Good shout.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it looks quite fun.
I don't know why they don't call it Twisted Metal, to be honest with you. He would probably sell, but I should play if it's called Twisted Metal, wouldn't you, Ash?
Yeah, probably give it a go.
There you go. Proof.
Do you remember the original Destruction Derby?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, vague
memories. My age there. Unbelievable. That was a great game. Great game. So yeah, I'll give it a go. These gimmicky games, sometimes they can be a lot of fun. You know, Fall Guys landed out of nowhere, and that was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was.
I think it'll take off. I generally think it'll take off. You've only got to get a couple of influencers to play it and enjoy it, and then the next thing you know, everybody's playing it.
I have no doubt.
Could be the new Fortnite. You never know.
Yeah. I think the issue it may come to is obviously it's a PS5 exclusive, and there's nowhere near as many PS5s available or people own them than it is
turns
PS4.
out it's really old to get older one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, is it really? I never heard.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not going to move my camera. It's too much effort. But yeah, it's. Can't remember what I was going to say about it now. But yeah, I think it will obviously be free to play. People will download it and give it a go. Like I am, I'm sure. Us three will, and if it's good, we'll give it a go. And if it's not, then there's no money lost, is there? So yeah, it just depends on how good the game's going to be. But.
Cool. Also on the lineup, Control. So
great
Control. Game. I think Brad had a bit of an unfortunate experience because he just purchased the bad boy.
Yeah, so it was on the PlayStation Store sale. I think it was like £16 something, and I had some credit on there, so I thought, yeah, I'll get that. You know, it seems like a bargain. Bought it, added it to my library, and then then I get Reese messaged the group chat saying I was going to be free in February, so I have requested a refund. So,
system.
Yeah, it says it has to be within 14 days of purchase, and you can't start streaming or downloading it. So, and I haven't. I put my case for the refund as it's misleading. You know, it's the same as was it like you said, Manny and Tomb Raider. I think I was both in the sale, and then they were free PlayStation Plus games in January. So they had to give people refunds in, and they just didn't learn. They was like,
they keep doing it. It just doesn't make any sense, does it?
So haven't had it. They said,
what is the solution? Don't put them in the sale.
If you know it's coming up, don't have a sale with those games in it.
But then what if you bought it at full price? Isn't that worse?
Yeah, but then that would have been a while ago. That was before the sale. That's like going, I'll tell you, here you go. Look, do you want this? It's nice and cheap. All right, and you're gone in. It's free now.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucked up. You
more
shouldn't
people,
have bought it.
Yeah, more people would have bought it in the sale. So, I got an email response back, an automatic email saying that they're experiencing higher than normal volume. I reckon that's probably Cyberpunk. So,
still, unavailable.
To be fair, you go on there saying that you want to apply for a refund. Cyberpunk has its own link. It's like if you want a Cyberpunk refund, press here. So. Yeah, just got to wait now.
Is it back in the store yet? It's not, is it?
Do you know what's?
Don't know. The thing is, with my refund,
it's shocking if it's not.
It wasn't money. It wasn't maybe. It was like credit I had on the store, so they're still going to get it back. You know what I mean? I can't spend that anywhere else. So if they just return it to me, I'm still going to buy on their store. So can't see why not.
They're not listening, mate.
I went I went onto Cyberpunk yesterday, last night, right? I thought, do you know what? I was like, it's got to late. I was in bed. I was like, right, I'm just going to chuck something on. I'm just going to give Cyberpunk another go, just out of nowhere. I loaded it up, right? Went into the settings menu to change the settings for the sound because it was a bit late. And I couldn't exit the menu. The menu was bugged. I was pressing it said like circle to close. I was like, close. What is going on? And I thought my places were frozen, but I could do everything else. And there was absolutely no way I could escape the menu. So I was like, okay, so yeah, no.
Yeah, still not ready yet. Still baking.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Leaving the oven. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's
Have you
terrible.
have you downloaded the patch and the update?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I thought I'd give it a go.
Yeah.
I couldn't get on the
Fair
menu.
enough.
Hilarious.
Brilliant, I had the complete opposite. Mine is like completely no bugs, no crashes. It works smoothly. I was actually playing it this week. I quite enjoyed it.
Lucky you.
Yeah. Smashing out those side missions. It's a really good side mission where you Johnny Silverhand, basically kind of Reeves' character, basically takes over your body and you spend a night being him, and it's a wild night. I don't think it's friendly enough for the podcast to say what happens, but all kind of things happen.
I think the best thing I've seen about Cyberpunk is like this guy does a TikToks where he pretends to be Johnny Silverhand. I watch him on YouTube, and I think that's the best thing I've seen about Cyberpunk. Some guy just doing little skits about how shit Cyberpunk is. So it's just
it's so unfortunate.
It's certainly
one day it'll be a good
certainly game. Isn't a
game that people love. So. Yeah. And I go back on to Control because that was the topic. Yeah, no, I can't wait to jump back in. I wanted to. I was going to download it or buy it. Sorry, like Brad. I was planning to do it this weekend because I knew the update was coming out on the 2nd, and it was one of the games I had on my backlog that I just wanted to go back into and platinum because I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good game, and then when they announced they were doing the upgrade, although I already own it and I'd have to buy it again, which I was a little bit like bummed about, but I was willing to do it because I just did want to play it again. It's don't sit on this game. I'd really play it, even Ash on PS4 if you haven't played it yet. It is
I haven't
really
played it.
Good
I've
game.
Heard really good things about it though.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic.
I will definitely give it a go.
Yeah. No, it's a great game. Remedy is a very good studio. I think it's a studio that probably Sony should consider buying and making first party. They're that good.
Yeah, I'm going to jump in, give it a go. I've heard good things. So
I'm going to wait and see if they give me my refund before I start downloading it, and then I'll give it a go. So.
What? Oh yeah, I guess you can't just download it in the PS Plus because you already own it or say in the library already. Yeah. Okay.
And then start downloading it and be like, "You've opened it, mate. You opened it. You bought it."
I was like, "Oh, we're just about to give you the money back." Too late.
Too late.
No, so.
Thankfully, we got Division this week, so that will you should get your refund time that happens. Cool.
Good. And then the last game was Concrete Genie. Don't know too much about it, but it's really multi-award winning. I just saw the trailer for it before the podcast, and it seems to have cleaned up with awards and high ratings. Action adventure. It sounds a bit weird. Cleanse the streets and alleyways using your living plant to create magical powers, overcoming puzzles, seeing off bullies who pursue you. So there's additional modes for PlayStation VR to let you further unleash your creativity. So I'll probably give it a go. I haven't fired up the VR in a long time, so I'll see what it's about. I always like a good reason to jump back into VR, but outside of that, it seems to, seems like an interesting prospect worth a nosy.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're willing to play it because I'm not. I have no real interest in playing that game. I did hear good things about it, and I think it's about depression and getting over it. And I think there is like a good core story behind it. Like you said, like fending off bullies and raising up, and I think there's some kind of
does it hit home a bit too personal for you, Reese?
Yeah, it is. It hits home too much. Yeah, and I've kind of gotten over those memories only just. So it's too soon. The wound is still fresh for me to jump into that. But no, just getting a bit emotional now. Ash, what do you think about it?
Yeah, again, it's probably not going to be one of the ones I played. I was on the other. I was on the other end. I was the bully. So again, it hits home.
Oh, that's why you want the remake,
yeah,
don't you? Or
yeah,
the
exactly
sequel.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No.
Cool.
Oh yeah. I'll big. Just no. Not for
No.
me. No. That's the long and short of it. Yeah.
Just
I'm
no.
afraid.
Not for you. Fair enough. Brad Seeley.
Yeah, I might give it a go. Yeah, just to jump in. If it's one of those games that don't know. Yeah, you can just play, unwind, and that. So yeah, be this week will probably be a Division. Maybe check this out.
Yeah. Cool. Yep.
Give it a go.
Certainly worth adding to your library. Well, you should always add all the games to your
Exactly,
library, whether or not
yeah,
you're going to play or not. I've got so many PS Plus games that I'm never going to play. But talking about PS Plus, or it's not Plus, it's actually technically collections. I did add Days Gone to my library, just because I was thinking, because I'm in this in between window, it's like, oh, I don't know what to play, blah blah blah, and I was like, I know people don't say rated that highly compared to the other first party, but it's in the collections. I can just download it. It's had an upgrade on PS5 as well, which I've heard makes it look really good. So I may give it a go. I
spoke about it on the podcast before, so I started playing it. And one of the biggest things I didn't, one was the way the bike controlled it. I thought it was shit. And it looked like shit as well. So now it's had an upgrade like a visual upgrade. I might go back into it. So have a look. Because that was another game I bought on the sale. But then at least they didn't release that the next month free on PlayStation Plus. It was a few months down the line. So I was like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Sure.
But no. You're
going to ask for a GTA refund when it comes out free in the summer.
I'm asking for a Spider-Man 2018 refund, even though I didn't get out in the store. I'm just like, can you just give me some money back? Battlefield 1, like, yeah, come on, refund me for that. So yeah, I'm just going to go mad.
Yep, cool.
Yeah, start complaining.
News story number 3 is about the GameStop stock fiasco. Has anybody been following the story or know what happened at all?
I don't
Before
understand.
I go into it? You don't understand?
No.
Okay, great. Ash?
I think it was the same thing. No, I haven't been following it that much. I know there was the same thing for. I think it was the same sort of thing for Dogecoin, which is like a bit currency. Everybody bought in, refused to sell it, and then it's something to do with. I don't completely understand it. That's about as far as my knowledge goes. But
okay, yeah, you're completely wrong. But it's...
okay. Well, I'm going to log off now. It's been lovely seeing you.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Brad, you want to?
I know a little bit. I don't really get it either. I don't really understand the whole trading world. But
buy low, sell high, and that's all I know.
Buy low, sell high. Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
And that's how you get. That's how you make that
money.
I
don't know either, so I don't know why I was asking you guys. So that was I was hoping.
This segment is not very good.
Yeah, no, I'm joking.
It's too confusing for us.
If you do know, drop it down in the comments below. Probably won't read it if it's too wordy though. So unless it says buy high, sell low, or the other way around, I'm not going to listen to it.
Pork rinds.
So in the short of it, basically what happened was GameStop stock was very low. Because of the pandemic, they were already struggling already. And basically there's a thing which hedge funds can do where they do a thing called shorting stock. So basically what they do is when they think stock is going to drop, they basically do a thing where they borrow it from a broker and then they sell it on to someone at that price. So the best analogy I can probably give is about an apple. So say, for example, the apple was worth £10. And then they borrow the apple for £10 and then they sell it for £10 with the knowledge of knowing that the apple's going to drop in price. So then they buy it back for £5 and then they obviously made a £5 profit. So this is what all these hedge funds and stockbrokers were doing. They were just shorting the stock and they did it to like millions. We're doing millions, billions of pounds worth of the stock. So basically what happened was there's a subreddit called Wall Street Bets who gives betting advice. I don't think they were a professional. I'm not sure. They basically gave betting advice and they saw that this is what these hedge funds were doing. And they were putting all this shorting the bets and trying to lower the stock. So what they did is they told everybody, they persuaded people somehow to invest in GameStop stock. So what happens when you invest heavily is the stock rises. So the stock was worth at the beginning of January $19. It went up by 200%. This Thursday was the peak, and it was worth $469 per stock. So if you bought like, I don't know, 5 of them, I guess, for £100 worth, I think that's like what, 2,300 and something odd. And if you bought like 1,000, if you put $1,000 down, you've made like 23 grand basically.
Yeah.
And basically, because the hedge funds have already played their cards and they've already shortened the stock, they've basically lost 6.12 billion over this. So obviously they've now whinging to the government saying there needs to be some kind of regulation, although they manipulate the stock market all the time and play that game. But because some subreddit have done it to them, they've asked like apps like Robinhood and stuff to actually stop the trading. And that's how they got involved. And maybe there will be a lawsuit because legally no one's done anything wrong. And that's basically that's some of it. So if you got in early in the end of January, you could have made quite a tidy sum if you jumped out on Thursday, but it will plummet again. It's no doubt. But yeah, that's as far as my knowledge goes of what happened.
That's good.
Not much, but yeah.
Yeah, I understood most of that. So, you know, that was...
Did you really? Okay, that's good.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's a Steve Carell film as well called The Big Short. That's what must be
Yes,
about.
that's exactly based on that. Yeah,
Christian
that's what
Bale
they do, yeah.
The Goose. Ryan the Goose Gosling.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
So yeah, essentially that's what happened.
So basically a lot of fat cats got fucked over and they're crying. And that's what
Bloody hell.
Eventually, that is exactly what happened, yeah. Yeah, these hedge funds are lost billions because a subreddit said, "Yeah, let's all go jump on board." And that's the part that I don't know much about, and I'm quite interested from a psychological perspective because we're obviously in a pandemic to get people that don't normally trade to get someone to invest their money in something that is clearly dying, a shop that's not even open, to be like, "Come guys, let's all jump on board." It's like, how did people? Like, and if you did, obviously, you made a tidy sum.
And people, I don't know, maybe people are just like in lockdown and like you say, a pandemic, and they think, fuck it. Just, I'll give it a go. Yeah. It's,
I think they reached out to people who already had money tied up in these apps. I think that's how, so there's people who already do like amateur trading and they've got these like Trading 212 and all these other apps that you see advertised and stuff. Anyone who had money tied up, it was all those people they reached out to and said, just chuck it all in here. And then that's when the trend started. And then from that point, so
just so I don't look like a complete tit, that was the same thing with the Dogecoin. So there was a subreddit, everybody bought that, and now they're refusing to sell it. Okay, it's just so I'll clean that up.
I've never done any like trading or anything like that, but where I used to work, we got stocks given to us, like shares, given to us, and then they used to be like, wait a point in time before you could sell them, and that was the only time I've used the app on my phone, like the stock app, and I was looking at it, and I was like, yeah, I think now's a good time to sell. It's been better than most it has been in 2 weeks. I'm
pretty much the Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, I thought I was like, Nicole, look at these stocks. I think I'm gonna sell now, but
he's got his phone there. He's got a line of cocaine there, and he's like, "This is it. I've made it."
I've got 6 monitors. I went out and bought 6 monitors, very expensive. Just have a look at all these numbers I don't understand, and I sold
so
it
much
for about
money.
50 quid.
Become Jordan Belford,
Was there some stock trading on GTA 5 you could do, or was that something that was going to come?
That did happen. Yeah, and you could. Then in GTA there was a mission where a few missions where you could get stocks, and then if you'd done certain things like killed people,
stocks.
So then someone worked it out. You used to like pump all your money into these stocks, and then by my second playthrough, I think I was a billionaire because I just put all this money in. That was pretty.
Yeah, because if you'd done it before a certain mission, those stocks skyrocketed. And then you could just buy out, and then
it's brilliant. Cool. See, real world,
GTA, Do you ever kick yourself when you see these like little opportunities? It's like, if only I knew about. Because I did see a few people talking about it on Twitter like a few weeks ago, And I just, when it just like goes over your head, I'm like, well, GameSpot stocks, like
Yeah.
who cares? Like I didn't even look into it, what was happening, and it's like,
Yeah,
I
you
wouldn't have
should've-
put down the lot because I would have been a little bit too risky. I would have been a little bit scared, but I would have made a little tidy sum if you did put anything down. It's a little bit like,
We
and
should
I
have
always
done it.
knew people in
Yeah.
like when I worked in London, like in an office in London, there's always people that always like did stocks and they always used to like look it up and like make money from it. And I always like a little bit envious, like walking around like, oh, I just made this. And I'm just like,
some people do it really well. If you get it, it can, like they say, the best thing to have is passive income. So some people, if they know how to do it, they just put a little bit in, and it is a good little side hustle. But for me, I don't know what I'm doing. So
no, I knew a guy at work, and he did it. He had like £500 they had in a saving account. They saved up, and he was like, that is my money that I trade in, and I don't go out of that. I don't add more money to it, and I just add to it, and then I trade a little bit there, and I put back into this thing, and he would just. Yeah, he was just going up and up and up because he just put it in different bets. He did it in this and that. It was kind of his little money that he played with each month. So, if you want to do it, you can. There's some money to be made.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. You got another news story, Brad? Or
Indeed.
You out? You do? Oh.
It's a bit slower than I thought. I
Oh,
thought I was
there
going to
you
go
go.
straight in with the.
I've got it. I know what it is.
This theme tune? Oh, it's James.
So, got some James Bond.
It's Jimmy Bond.
There we go.
James Bond. We're going to do
quite
a
good, that.
bad.
That's quite good, that one.
Yeah, I don't.
I was
I
quite
don't know if
impressed with that one.
That's going to get cut out. So.
Very slow.
That was James Bond theme for people that are listening and watching.
I kind of found the shortest James Bond theme there. I thought it was going to go straight in with dun 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 dun. It would have been.
It's
You
like
should
26
know yourself,
minutes
you're
of
probably
build
better.
up.
It's like me earlier on when I mistimed my DJ air horn. It's
It's something to work on. It's fine.
It's such an iconic song, though, isn't it? It's such a really good theme. It's fantastic. You hear it, and you're like, I automatically just want to watch a James Bond movie. Like, I don't know
For sure.
one, but I just want to watch like a Roger Moore or Sean Connery movie or something.
Definitely. All right,
So
so
Park theme. I like that as well. Sorry, I'm talking about themes now. Digressing. Go for it. Talk about James Bond.
It's been a big digressing podcast episode, isn't it? We've
Yes,
done a lot of
yeah.
digressing, but hey, that's where the best conversations come from.
Well, there's got to be like a vice there, like some children don't play with like.
It's like James Bond. Do you know what I love? Jurassic Park.
It's linked.
I'll tell you what's better. This
There's
is
a
going
few
to be.
dinosaurs.
I'm going to digress, but the
Here we go.
The action, like the bad flute version of Jurassic Park is
Here we
better
go.
than the actual Jurassic Park one.
That is good.
That one.
Yeah.
Sorry if I
the
just
one.
deafened everyone. So,
Right, James Bond. We
I've
get in
not
trouble
heard
on
that.
this on YouTube, and I don't want to keep getting people shouting at us so we don't get into the subject.
Yeah.
So
Right. Yeah, true.
We're gonna get a copyright strike for all these themes that we're plugging.
they're so accurate.
Yeah.
Shut up!
Uncanny. All right.
Right,
Sorry.
Go.
IO Interactive has revealed that the protagonist in the upcoming James Bond game will not be based on any previous actor who has filled the role, and they also alluded that there will be a trilogy to this new set of games. So this news arrives as part of an interview conducted by Danish Broadcasting Corporation, which also talks about how the studio plans to double its staff over the next few years and really invest in this project, a very ambitious one. So they've said we've been allowed to make our own digital Bond, which will not lean on a previous Bond actor. So there's going to be no Daniel Craig, Pierce Brosnan, or dinosaurs. Jurassic Park, is that where you?
Maybe it will be now. Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
Play as a T-Rex.
Characters are going to be entirely unique and unrelated to any previous Bond performance. So yeah, that's interesting news. I guess it's good news. Is it? Yeah, I think it is, because
Absolutely.
yeah, we're not limited to a movie narrative anymore. It's a game, and it can make its own story made for a game. previous Bond games that have been based around the films have been hit and miss, haven't they? I guess so.
Yeah,
Most
obviously.
of them have been pony, ain't they?
Yeah, the one everyone goes to is obviously the classic GoldenEye, which I've never played. So
Fantastic. I don't know how you've not played it. It's a phenomenal.
There's one I did play. What was that one? I think it was The World
Rush
Is
with
Not Enough,
Love?
I think.
Oh, that's a good one. That one. That's where
Yeah.
you start off in the airfield, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
played that
it's
one
good,
out.
that
Which one did you play? Sorry.
World Is Not Enough, I think it was.
Okay. Yeah. I think I played all of them.
They released a From Russia with Love game, which obviously was years after, because the Russia with Love came out in like the 60s, and this was like 2008 maybe. So
years later.
yeah,
Slight
yeah.
delayed.
I think like Brad said, some of the games hit and miss. Some, so yeah, be good to see if this one hopefully is a hit.
What was the James Bond game? I don't know if you guys played it, but there was like a co-op mode where you played like 2-player. I remember playing it with my uncle when I was younger. It was like on PS2. It's like double agent, or like you did like these, and you had like grapple guns, and you went up, and it was like a co-op thing. That was so good. That was so fun to play. Like 2 agents, stealth, and there's that different missions. It was like
It sounds
quite early
familiar.
on for a co-op game.
I'm just googling James Bond games now.
Yeah, look out.
James Bond in video games on Wikipedia. Let's have a look.
But yeah, no, I think it's great news that it's they're able to create their own story. Don't have to have the actor, because obviously none of the actors are actually going to come in and actually do the voice. It would only have to be, I guess Daniel Craig would be the only one option, I suppose.
And he'd be pissed off.
He definitely wouldn't want to do it, would he? So
he'd be like, I'm not doing this. How much? All right. Fucking
yeah, exactly. So I don't think it's worth the budget of the entire game. It's
you know what?
based
There
on
has been
to do the voice.
a hell of a lot more James Bond games than I thought. So
Yeah, it's been a lot.
A lot of them were probably shit.
Yeah, 007 Legends. You got GoldenEye Source. You got Bloodstone 007, GoldenEye 007.
Was that the one with Ross Stone in it? Do you remember?
Don't know. You got
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye 007, 007 Quantum of Solace, and Russia with Love, GoldenEye Rogue Agent. James Bond.
Rogue Agent.
Nightfire, James Bond 007. You got World Is Not Enough for Game Boy. This one, what was this one? Everything or Nothing. Yeah, there's loads. There's so many games, and this, like you say, this shows up. I remember like 3 of them. So
yeah, I think it might have been Rogue Agent was the one I was thinking of. It was just a multiplayer. It was really good. Sorry, my slipper fell off my foot there. But but yeah, no, that was a really fun game. But yeah, talking about the IO interactive game, yeah, no, they're really good. Have you played Hitman yet, Ash, or you?
No, I can't. I just have to look at the case. It just makes me really sad. I haven't even taken it out of the polystyrene.
Why don't you take it back?
No, I don't want to take it back because I want because eventually I'll get a PlayStation 5 and I'll play on it. Because if I play on PlayStation 4, the graphics it just won't be as good, will it?
No, but you don't know.
I'm halfway there. I'm halfway next gen.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, but I've got a 4K telly now, so
it's bliss.
I'm nearly there. I'm nearly ready. I've got the game. I've got the TV. I just need the console.
Yeah, the hardest thing to get hold of.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool. Bredis, was you excited for it?
Yeah, I'll play it. I'll give it a go. I'm not a big fan of the Hitman games. I haven't played any in years, but I like James Bond. Like I say, I played a couple of good ones. Yeah, a hell of a lot more games come out than I thought, but give it a go. Yeah, should be good. I don't know how. It's interesting to know what kind of game it would be.
Yeah, that's what I'm intrigued by.
Like Hitman, or
I'm interested.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like Hitman at all. It's a completely different character.
No, I don't think you're going to be able to grot someone and see them struggling for life. It's just slowly lower them to the
Agent
floor.
45 is.
He did kill someone with a
47,
sink, so
and then you chuck them in a bin.
I know it's going to be James Bond. It's going to be 007, just Baccarat simulator. So you're just going to be sitting in the casino, just ordering drinks and then just playing cards.
Shaken, not stirred.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be. So yeah, no, I'll give it a go.
What era do you want it to go to? If you pick, I like it to go to like a Sean Connery,
Yeah, I want it to be like 70s. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, 60s, mate. Yeah, 60s. Playing it right. Yeah, having the original.
Yeah, Aston Martins and stuff. You got to have the Aston Martin. It will have that Aston Martin in it.
DB9.
It's such a classic
Mustangs
thing.
And stuff.
Yeah.
No, I think
Yeah.
I'd say
Mustang.
Snickers.
Yeah.
Was there ever a Mustang in
Yeah. The red one.
the red one? Don't remember the
Yeah.
red one.
No, don't.
The
Definitely
one where he
was.
does the stunt and he does the flip.
Yeah, he does it in like an old like a Reliant Robin or something, weren't it? It was like some really old shitty car. And that's a real stunt that. They actually done that.
Yeah, that was like that. Might
was
have
a
been like a
great
Dodge
movie.
or something. It was a Citroen C5, I think.
That's
at
it.
one
Yeah,
in the
that's
movie,
it.
the
Yeah,
yellow
yeah.
one.
Yeah, Citroen C5. And that was amazing. It was the best stunt ever in a film, voted. But then they added that stupid fucking loop-de-loop noise. That, woo!
Yeah,
and
they
it was
done
just
that.
He
Yeah.
made it
amount of
though. That's
money-
a great film.
The
Which
amount
one
of
was
money they
that?
put into that stunt and how
That was Roger
dangerous
Moore,
it
right?
was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was original,
And then they
yeah.
fucking ruined it with the loop-to-loop noise.
And like, I'm putting like the sheriff. What
You
the
only
sheriff
live
called like
twice?
Boss Hog or something as well.
yeah,
like,
Boss Hog, yeah. God damn you, boys!
Yeah, it's just
God
like,
damn it! And he
deep
like,
south.
gets his hat wet and shit and throws it
Yeah,
on the floor.
that guy was
Yeah.
good. He was a reoccurring in a few
He
of
was
them.
one step away from being a Disney crocodile. Alligator, rather.
Fine, whatever. Completely lost track of this podcast, but we'll move on to news story number 4, which is maybe the biggest, and I'm sure Brad will be pleased considering it was one of his sequels. But Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic has been reported being made, and it's going to be made without BioWare.
Yay!
The report comes from a few sources. So the first one is a guy called Nate, better known as Shinobi 602. He was basically on the podcast, and I actually did listen to the podcast because I wanted to hear what he said, and he was kind of saying he's heard it from direct sources at Disney that they are planning to do this as well as a bounty hunter game. So Ash, you might be in luck.
Oh, there we go.
And another
listened.
reporter, if he's not credible enough, is Jason Schreier, who is probably probably best known reporter, like leaking stuff. He always leaks stuff from like Assassin's Creed, Ubisoft. So he's also jumped on and said this is happening, as well as the bounty hunter stuff. So I think it's quite legit, and I think we are going to get it. The thing is, who is making it? Because it was not BioWare, because they're obviously busy. And the obvious answer would be Obsidian. But once again, they're quite busy. They've got Grounded and they've got the Avowed, which is basically a Skyrim type thing.
That looks really good. That looks really good.
Yeah. Who's it going to be? Any ideas?
My choice obviously would have been Obsidian.
Yeah.
Like we say, New Vegas is one of the best games I've played, and
Did you hear him?
2 was good.
Who, hear Brad?
It's me.
Yeah. I can hear. Yeah, I can hear Brad.
Oh no, people can't hear me.
Come through loud and clear.
I can.
I'll just carry on. So Obsidian would have been the first choice. I don't really know. Can't really think of any other big studios that don't have to be big, but any like well-known, recognized studios that can make like an RPG. But it's good that I know it's a shame that how far BioWare have fallen, because obviously they made the original one, which was a masterpiece, but they're not involved. But as long as it goes to someone who knows what they're doing, then
I just want it to go to someone who cares about the franchise, who cares about the original game. I want people making this game who played the other 2. And are actually passionate about it, because when you get a game studio who are just making it, it's like this, right, we're giving this to you. You've had good games in the past, and they're like, all right, and we're just going to do it our way. But they haven't experienced the other 2 and actually really enjoyed them.
Yeah,
I just don't think you get as good as the game. And this is a game that I've been waiting for since I was a very little boy. And so I want this to be good.
Yeah, I've seen some people saying that it shouldn't be a remake; it should be a reboot. So like just completely reboot the franchise.
Yeah, they're wrong.
Other people are saying obviously sequel. I'd rather a reboot with a different story or sequel. A remake. I don't really want it to be a remake.
I don't want. Yeah. I don't know. I'd be at this point. I'd be happy for anything. Yeah. I'd be happy for anything. There you go.
Yeah. It's because I've recently played it on the iPad, so I don't just want to have that version with better graphics, if you know what I mean. So
but it would be amazing though. Because when did that come out? The first one?
2003.
2003. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nearly 20 odd years ago.
very, very long time ago. Yeah, and I think then the second one came out in 2004. So there's only a year. We had 2 years of banging Star Wars games, and then nothing. Then
Nothing,
just dropped
yeah.
off. So no, I hopefully like it. Have you played them both, Brad?
I haven't. So I guess selfishly, I wouldn't mind a remake because never. No, I never did, but it's something that I am looking forward to. I kind of became a Star Wars fan later on in life. I never really was when I was younger. So a lot of, I know it's not that old, but a lot of this stuff I'm yet to discover and really dive into. So buzzing.
I remember back then, back in the foggy days of 2003, obviously I was following this game's development from that in magazines and that, and then I bought it in a Woolworths in
Devon,
in Teignmouth, in Devon, and then just couldn't wait to play it till I got home. It's such a good game. I like the turn-based combat. The story was good. The characters are brilliant. Like you said, some of the, HK-47 was one of the best. One of the best new Star Wars characters you had, and I just think it is a brilliant game. If it isn't a remake, you can maybe download it on iOS and play that. I know you can't. They did release Knights of the Republic 2 on iOS, but then it got taken down over some rights issue. And I remember I downloaded it, I had it, I bought it, but I can't play it no more. It's just gone.
That's stupid.
So,
but the story on it, the story is amazing. The story rivals like the first few. In my opinion, the story rivals the first few Star Wars films, like the original 3. It's so compelling that you want to carry on, and then you get to a big twist, which I'm sure most people are aware of, but I won't say it. And
Ashley dropped out as well.
It's muted.
Oh, have you muted? It's just me and you now, Brad.
And we're back in.
Back in.
Back in, boys.
Is Reese going around meeting people just because he's
just one by one.
He's got the ump. He's showing off.
All right, my settings are fucked up. I'm going to mute Ash.
Have
that.
But no, I am definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, really looking forward to this. And I think it's crazy. You hear that EA hasn't got exclusivity rights on Star Wars games no more, and then all of a sudden it's like news leaking everywhere that all these different companies are making all these games, and hopefully it can only be a good thing.
And to be honest, they've got to strike now because people are enjoying The Mandalorian. Yeah. Nothing else is holding that franchise up. I don't want to be that guy, but those films, the last couple of films were fucking shocking. So it's The Mandalorian holding them up, Baby Yoda. If they can bring games out now, people will jump on board. Yeah. People who weren't even interested in it, but really enjoyed that TV series, they'll jump on board. So they've got to do it. They've got to do it quick.
Yeah, no, definitely. And seeing all these different studios take, different, making games different ways, it could be a really good. It's like back in the 90s, I think. Every other game was a Star Wars game, so it's should be. Looking forward to it. It'd be nice to have Reese's opinion, but he just kind of he's
struggling. Bless him.
Struggling. Yeah, he don't know what's happened. His earpods batteries might have died. I don't know.
I think he's back in there.
I don't think he is. He looks confused.
I think I just heard him say something.
I heard him cough.
Yeah.
That's all we got. Yeah, that's what he's willing to give us.
Yeah,
no, it's got nothing. No, it's got nothing.
Oh, he's going to go change your earphones. Yeah, maybe it's his earphones.
All right, cool.
I think that was the last news story, to be honest. So...
And Reese didn't get to contribute. He didn't get to say whether he likes Star Wars games or he hates them.
I guess we'll never know.
He's just been, and he's had enough.
He's had enough. He's gone. If you're watching the video, he's gone. He's
stormed off.
For people
flipped his desk.
Yeah. Oh, he's
the chaos.
TV.
The chaos.
Reese, calm down.
Give me
mate.
the PlayStation 5.
Oh no! All right, we better call help.
He's opening the window. Don't do it. No, he's just
right. Anyway,
he's had enough.
So, do you want to do your this week in gaming, Brad?
Yeah. So, new little segment is we're going to be doing telling you what games are coming out each week. So I'm going to start with the week commencing the 1st of Feb. There's not a lot. Well, there's a few, but a lot of them are like indies and games I've never heard of before. So I'm just going to read out what they are, what platform they're on, and what kind of genre they are. So first one is The Captain is Dead.
Oh, I'm back.
Oh, he's back. Oh, here he is.
Oh, mate, we've talked about Star Wars. We're
Yeah.
No, I had nothing to say about it anyway. I don't even like the franchise. Go on. Continue. I missed it.
Okay. Yeah. So the first game on my list is released on February the 1st, and it's called The Captain is Dead, and it's on PC, iPhone, Android, and it's a strategy survival. So there you go. That's the first little game there.
Good.
The second one is Cultist Simulator for the Switch, which comes out on February the 2nd.
Always wanted that.
Yeah, you know, see what it's
That's
like.
finally out.
Start my own cult because I think I've got it in me. I think I could get enough people to follow me and listen to what I've got to say.
Your short clips, Ash, are just you're piling up now, mate. Honestly.
Yeah.
We could have a case here that you
It's gonna
arrested.
be,
honestly.
bonus material.
Yeah.
And it is it's on Switch, as I said, and it's an adventure strategy card roguelike. So
Nice.
there's that one. The next one is My Universe, My Baby. And it's
Again.
a simulation. I don't know if it's a baby, you're a baby simulate. I don't know what it is.
Again, I think I've got it in me.
Yeah. But it's February the 2nd, 2021. That one comes out. So Tuesday. Hellpoint, also on the Switch. It's an action RPG, released on February the 2nd. Harbroxia 2 for PS4 Vita. Fucking Vita. They're releasing it for Vita. Jesus.
Wow, I thought that died.
Hell.
Yeah,
I didn't think
Xbox
they're making
One.
it for anymore.
Switch, PC, and it's a shooter shmup. And that's February the 3rd.
You schmuck.
Conorium is on the Switch, and it just says it's an adventure, and that's February the 4th.
Were you like a fish in like an aquarium? Is that
No,
is
it
it
looks
just
like-
an adventure?
It's a picture of a guy, like it looks like he's got a third eye. It's just
Okay, that was
third
not.
eye, eh?
yeah.
I was
Oh,
not
I see.
expecting that with that name.
See where this is going.
Yeah, we've got Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthbound, which is
Well,
released
Werewolf games.
also on February the
see it.
4th.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, PC,
Spoke about
PS4, Xbox One, PS5, Xbox, and that's an action adventure. To be fair, I think the biggest one here, which gets released on the 5th, I've never played it, but I know of it, is Neo, Nioh.
What, Matrix?
No, this it's like a
Path of Neo was a great game. I like that game.
yeah, that one.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Is that the one with the
Neo.
arm?
No, that was I don't know, but yeah, Neo 2 comes out on PC and PS5.
I mean, it's
on
just the
the
upgrade, isn't
5th
it?
of
For
Feb.
it's a samurai. It's like a Demon Souls.
Yeah, so
from
I think,
software
yeah,
type game.
The,
It's very
Neo,
difficult.
the PS5 one is coming out on 5th, and then you got Neo 2 comes out also on the 5th. So the upgrade and the new one, maybe, or maybe they're both upgrades.
They're
What
both
else is
upgrades.
this week is Nuts, and that's a PC and Switch adventure
I-
simulation.
Because it's on the Switch, I'm downloading that game. What is that?
Nuts.
You play as a
Nuts.
squirrel. I downloaded that game.
Oh, that'd be good.
I next week I will report what Nuts is like.
What Nuts is, yeah?
Thank you.
Yeah, I
Thank
will
you.
buy Nuts on the Switch. I'll boot
That's
it.
me the thumbnail as well.
Thumbnail, yeah.
And then Henry Moses and the Wormhole Conspiracy. That's PC, and it's adventure point and click.
I mean, these names. It's like who made that decision? Like, it's
This is what it's come to. We've run out of names. Run out of
Henry.
names now.
And then
Henry.
the
What's his surname?
The
What was
last
that
two
game?
are Haven for the Switch and PS4, which is an RPG, and Skyforge, which is on the Switch and RPG, and it's an MMO as well. There's a few more on here, obviously, come out later in the month, like Little Nightmares 2 and Mario. But there's also a lot on here that just says February 2021. So even though they're supposed to be coming out this month, they don't have a date.
You know what I mean?
So it's,
I know. Yeah.
but
Yeah, could
I
be
think
delayed.
we all know what we're looking forward to the most. That's Nuts.
Oh, a little squirrel.
That
So I'll
is
do a little
game of the week. Should we do like a game of the week
Yeah.
each week?
Game of
Yeah.
the week, yeah.
And that's our game of the week. Nuts.
That's our game of the week
Nuts.
so far is Nuts. An adventure simulation. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Okay.
I'll give
was
you a
that?
little summary of February. It's looking pretty shit. Right. So if I'm wrong, drop the comment down below. I won't read it.
Yeah.
I
So
won't
let me
read.
just that was the games that are coming out this week in Feb.
You could pick
and
up Ash. Don't look so. Call him. You know.
to end it.
Never.
I'm going to end this segment now.
Oh,
That's
you
ended.
couldn't even get that bit right. You had it.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
It faded out. I only got the first boobs, and then it went, and I got the last.
Boobs.
I was saying, well, actually, in my ears, that was deafening.
Your microphone fault. Fucking hell, there's an air horn here. I need to take that down.
I think that's what it is. It's set to block out background noise, so that's why just.
Yeah. That's why I think all your theme tunes you guys have played in this episode, none of them are going to be in the recording.
We work on that for next week.
Just imagine them. They're brilliant.
Just next week, I'm going to have the DJ air horn, and it's going to be really loud, and everyone's.
Brad's got a fucking soundboard set up.
Yeah.
Everything he says.
Yeah. It's gonna have
this week in gaming.
I'm going to do that.
Sounds
good.
Cool. Great week. Last segment, I suppose, which is WandaVision. So if you haven't seen the latest episode, is it episode 4? 5? 4?
Episode 4, yeah.
Cool. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, you can jump out now, and we appreciate you watching up till now.
Yes. Yeah,
cool.
watching, listening, if you've got this far, thank you. As we say every week, please like and subscribe on all of the podcast platforms where you listen and download. Leave a little. You can do a rating on podcast, Apple Podcasts, which is where we get most of our downloads. You can do the review in app, so it's even easier. Just give them a nice little 5-star review. And if you want to get in touch, we have various social media. So we've got Twitter, which is at PTPlayerspod. That's the same for Instagram. Facebook is the Part Time Players Podcast, and Gmail. If you're old school, we're kicking it old school. You can email us at ptplayerspod@gmail.com. Any one of those, if you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment. But yeah, if you can just leave a thumbs up, it really does. I know everyone says it, and if you listen to any podcast or watch any video on YouTube, everyone says it, but it really does actually help.
It makes us feel warm. Makes us feel warm and fuzzy.
It makes us feel like we're
not wasting our Sunday
with our life.
Like we could be the GameStop stock, couldn't we? Like if everybody jumps on board, we would raise.
If everyone jumps on me,
jumps on
God, it'd be a fun time. I'm telling you now. That'd be great.
For you? I'm trying to decide who this is fun for. But yeah, go on.
If you could, it only takes a millisecond to press that thumbs up, but it does really help us. So yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks for listening. And if you don't want to do all that, just thanks for listening. And if you
just tell a friend,
tell a friend, that really helps as well. Get a bigger audience. So yeah, thanks. Bigger. That's how our audience has got to grow.
Huge.
Overwhelming.
Yeah.
Anyway, WandaVision.
WandaVision, spoiler alert, everyone, because this is going to be spoilery. So what I'm going to do, I've got it in bullet form here. I'm just going to read it out, and then we can just discuss the episode afterwards. Okay, so right, let's do this. So it starts with Monica Rambeau coming back from being snapped. Then it's revealed that she works for SWORD and gets a report from the FBI about missing person in the witness protection program. It's also revealed that her mum, who was on the Captain Marvel film, had died. I can't remember what her first name was. I know it was obviously Rambo. I can't remember what her name is though.
I can't remember what her name was either, but yeah.
Yeah. Then we meet. She goes
Claire?
to.
No, sorry.
I don't know. She goes to the town of Westview, and she meets Agent Jimmy Woo outside, who's from Ant-Man. I can remember him from Ant-Man 2.
Yeah. He was his patrol officer, right?
Yeah.
He was played by Randall. I think his name is Randall Park. I believe. Monica again. She sends a drone through, which turns out to be that little toy helicopter that Wanda finds in the bush a couple of episodes ago, and she gets sucked in. Then obviously, SWORD and the FBI set up a perimeter around it, to see what's going on. Darcy Lewis gets called back. Kat
so cool.
Yes, from the 4 films. I thought that was cool to bring her back. She gets brought in with a load of other scientists, and then they kind of discover, while they're looking at like the background radiation, the TV show. And it turns out that everyone in the TV show are residents of Westview, of the town. One thing I didn't say was no one can remember the town, so they're standing outside of the town talking to the local police, and they're saying that Westview doesn't exist, even though it's behind them. Like they just don't.
Yeah,
it's just,
they live at East. Is it Eastview?
Eastview, yeah.
Yeah.
So they set up like a two-way radio, like a radio thing. So it was Agent who was talking to her on through the radio. And I don't know if you go back, you can tell it's him, but obviously you probably would have. It's, in hindsight, it's obvious, but then you see the agent going down in a hazmat suit. Then the Sue is trying to get into the town to see what happened to Monica Rambeau, and then he's the guy who ends up being a beekeeper because his hazmat suit turns into a beekeeper suit, and his rope, they put it out, is turned into like a skipping rope, I think it was. And it's just then they say that Wanda is censoring the show. She's controlling it. She doesn't. If she doesn't like something, she just changes it.
Yep.
And then you see throwing Monica out of the town through
Which
several walls. Yeah. And then it cuts to this bit. Cuts to it, and you see dead Vision. So Vision is there. His eyes are gone. He's grey. He's got a massive hole in his head. Yeah. And then he's not looking good. She's shocked.
He's had better day, don't he? Like,
yeah,
Thanos he's done a number on him, hasn't he? Just ripping.
That's what I mean. Yeah, in the first episode, I think it was, he was like, "Oh, my wife's flying plates," and she went, "Oh, my husband's invincible head." It's like, it's not invincible. Trust me. So yeah, she sees that, and then she's like shocked, and then she thinks of it again, and he goes back to regular Vision. But you can see that he is starting to realize that something's not right, because even when he sits on the sofa, he's like, this isn't real. Like he said, we can go anywhere, and she's like, no, this is our home, so this is where we have to stay. And then that's how the episode ends. Really good episode. I know we've all said like the last few weeks it's a bit weird, like the sitcom and that, but it's really good. And
we're getting into it now.
Yeah, I like to. We can break it down now. Once we've gone through like the synopsis here, you can break it down a little bit more. What do you think was going on? What was your favourite part of the episode?
Go first.
Someone else?
Ash, go first.
Yeah. When that reveal happened, when you actually saw the Vision, it was behind the curtain. That was my favourite bit, because I was like, oh, thank God for that. We're gonna do it now. We're gonna get into this series. But no, I thought that was really good. I just like the way it's starting to all fall around her, and she's just trying to keep it together, because it's the only way she can live a happy life she wanted. But no, that's my. I think it's. I'm enjoying it now. It was a struggle, but I wouldn't say it was worth it. As in, I probably would have just watched like the highlights and then watched from this episode. But that's my opinion.
Is it not a better payoff though? Like the fact that you did watch all the way through and then you get it rather than highlights. Like the show absolutely needed this episode. This episode was so needed. It probably needed to be the third episode. Maybe we're an episode too late, because I think the first two where they were on air together. If you had 1 and 2, and then the third episode was this, because I'm so excited to see it. Like, even though we know we're going to go back to probably 80s sitcom next week, which we've always getting this week, I'm kind of down for it now. I'm fully on board, because they've opened it up. You know what's going on. You know there's the outside world. And I watched a little peeky preview of what the rest of the season's going to be. And it looks like there's going to be some really good scenes. And I can't wait. This whole episode just completely like flipped what my thoughts on this whole show is. And now I'm like, Marvel, you're great. MCU, you're great. Why did I ever doubt you? Kevin Feige and the guys know what they're doing. And the strength of the universe, where, like you said, where they can bring in Darcy, they can bring in a random guy from like Ant-Man, like his patrol officer. And do you know what I mean? It's like they've got such a pool of characters where they can just plug them in. And the fact that Monica is the little girl in Captain Marvel, it's like that moment when that sparked to me, I was like, holy shit, like she's the little girl in that film. It's like, because they played with the timeline, it's so cool. I don't know if all that got lost in you, Brad M, because obviously you've never seen an MCU movie at all. So was you as excited as we were geeking out seeing these things?
Kind of. Like I'm really from a weird angle, because I just haven't seen Marvel films. I'm that guy. But I'm still watching it because we're talking about it, and It's weird watching it from this perspective. I'm just thinking back to the first episode. This is so funny how I was I was messaging you like I was mad at you, like what on earth are you making me watch? Like is this what Marvel is? Like what?
Yeah.
But yeah, like from the second episode when it started to tease a few little bits and bobs, and then obviously like a much bigger piece in the third episode. And it was, I think it almost was a big payoff in waiting this long. I can see the approach. I won't get that 20 minutes back from the first episode. That's never going to happen. But it really did paint a good picture. It really wanted you to be in that world, and like that's the world that she's creating, obviously, and you know you're experiencing that, and it was it was painful. But knowing now what it's all about, it's like, oh, that's actually that's actually quite genius. There's actually a genius to it. And I'm quite. I'm a bit ignorant to the whole Marvel universe, so I don't really have too much to say on it, but I am really enjoying it, and I can't wait to see where it goes.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. The way they're doing it is completely different. Like you say, they're completely like taking a left turn, and it's gonna hopefully it's gonna pay off, and there's gonna be some big reveals, and this will happen. The one bit I did like was when you saw people coming back from being snapped, like they. It's like when they got dusted, they got dusted
in the hospital.
They
Yeah,
get
that was
reformed, and it was just mayhem because they're like everyone's back. The hospital is overrun. Everyone that was there who disappeared is now back in exactly the same place, and it was just you kind of saw it in Spider-Man: Far From Home when people come back and they just like snapped back in
the school.
But this was like they got dusted and they got reformed from the dust. So I thought that was really good.
Yeah, no, it's such an impact, isn't it? Of like that click and what it did and things. And it's like probably the most big one was like at the beginning of Endgame, when you see Hawkeye with his family and he's teaching his daughter how to shoot the bow and arrow, and then she goes to collect it, and then he looks for her and she's disappeared, and he looks for his two boys and his wife. It's like in a field
because he's so scared.
Exactly, yeah. He's by himself, and it's like wow, like. Just that click and everything, but no, it's so cool. The hospital scene, it's one of the best scenes. It was like wow, and very good episode. Loved it.
I like the thing as well, like all the drones they're sending in, they're just kind of getting turned into retro toys. Like that drone just turned into like that retro helicopter.
Yeah, but it was the color. It's still in color, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's still in color.
Like a little giveaway.
Side world maybe is still in color. I know that I listened to another podcast and they were saying that the woman who, what's her name, Catherine Hahn, she plays Agnes, who's always her neighbor, who's always coming round. In the comics, she's like a witch, and she's the one who teaches Black Widow Scarlet Witch how to be more witch-like in her powers. And when they're pinning everyone on the wall, she didn't have, I think it was her and someone other person didn't have a surname. So they're saying, are they the people that were originally went missing, or do they have something else do they have something to do with it as well?
Okay.
So that'd be interesting to see how it goes. So
I'm on for the ride now. It's interesting how it's going to end. Who's going to either stop her or get her out of this bubble, because it's she's such a powerful character, and it's who can actually come in. Are they going to get another character come in?
That's what I was thinking. They could. We're going to see another character. That'd be pretty cool. And because they all know as well, like, is that when they saw it on the TV, like, is that Wanda, and they know like Vision's dead as well. I was like, I'm pretty sure that guy's dead, but not blipped. But
who could it be though? Who could come in? Do you think like
Doctor Strange could? Like power-wise, he could.
He's probably a good shout.
So I think it'd have to be someone quite close to her, and really the only one who was close to her was the Vision. Hawkeye was quite close to her though, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Hawkeye was quite close. I don't know if they'd be able to get him to go into it, like the actual actor, if he'd be interested in going into that.
Yeah, he's doing it. They're doing a show, aren't they? He's doing a show.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There's a Hawkeye show with him and Kate Bishop. So I think it's filming at the moment. So that could be a possibility.
Yeah, I think that's the route they're going to go. Sorry, mate. I think that's the route they're going to go down. I think they're going to want it to be more emotionally getting her out of that situation than being strong enough to drag her out of it.
Yeah,
because I think that's more. I think this whole story arc seems to be behind her dealing with her grief and going through it and losing someone like she did. And I think they really want to show it as in a compassionate way rather
Yeah.
than getting her out, dragging her out, and being like, right, you need to snap it together now.
Yeah.
More of a gentle way. That's what I think they're going to do.
I can
Another
see.
thing-
I can see. Sorry, can I just?
Go on, sorry.
I can see. Obviously, it's not going to work because of what happens at the end of Endgame. But I think Captain America probably would have been the obvious answer because he was her leader in obviously the new Avengers.
Yeah, and
She
he
was
was
a
always
part of that.
compassionate.
Exactly, and obviously he comforted her and protected her after the whole bombing thing in Civil War, what started kind of the Civil War kind of thing. So it would make sense for it to be him, but obviously they can't have him. So yeah, it'd be interesting who they bring in. Hulk.
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
No.
Bruce Banner, like
That'd be fun
No.
to see them trying to fit him in the old black and white series.
Yeah, two things I thought was cool. When you saw Monica Rambeau get out of the car, she had her ID, which was the sword like laminate, like a security pass. But then when she got sucked into town, that's why she was wearing a necklace with the sword logo on. That's what it must have got turned into. And one
attention
more
to detail is phenomenal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and there's another thing I was going to mention. So yeah, like after Endgame, she must have just just gone and started a town, like not long after.
Yeah, maybe because she didn't blip out, did she?
No.
So I think the grief of it's made her gone a bit insane.
Yeah,
so
she's
she's
just kind of-
she's created her own world.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. I was gonna say, is it after Endgame? It must be
it
after
is,
Endgame.
because she gets snapped back, and then
Okay,
I think
yeah.
it's a few weeks. I think the guy said, the new guy of Operation Director of Shield said it's a few weeks, and then she must have just kind of been dealt with that, been grief stricken, and then gone to town. And she? Was she looking for someone? Was she looking for these people in the witness protection, or was she looking for? If she had Vision's body, was she looking for someone who could repair him? And maybe they said they couldn't, and then
I don't get that bit. So is his conscious still within that body? Like, because he said he's starting to realize. Is he actually starting to realize, or was she making him in her mind?
I don't know.
She's losing control of it, and he's starting to realize.
The last two episodes, he's been.
It's like he's coming to it. He's like, oh shit, this isn't real. Wanda, we need to stop this. And she's like, no. And then he's like, oh yeah, I'm back again. So is she like, with her powers, is she managed to make that let's say like the drone body like run to an extent? Is she powerful enough to do that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think she is.
Is his dead body floating around and we can't see it, and not like you can't you can't see it.
She's so powerful that she can very tiny like mimic the stone, you know what I mean? That's what I'm like, she's repowering him, but every now and again she's losing it and he's starting to come through again. He's like, this isn't real, and then she's getting it back together, and then he's going back to how she wants him to.
It's kind of interesting that you kind of go to that about is he conscious or not, because he must be if he's kind of breaking free. It's kind of like, wasn't the whole Jarvis system all put into the Mind Stone, like the gem?
No, I think that was just a power source, the gem. I thought the whole body was already there. Then they used the power gem to make him run, but all the information was Jarvis, so that was actually put into the body.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I know the Mind Stone definitely gives him all the powers.
Need to watch Age of Ultron again.
They were trying to take it out, weren't they, in Wakanda? So did they manage to retrieve some of his like data?
Yeah,
because they was almost there, weren't they? They was almost.
So
they rewired his system. Yeah, no, that's true. Actually, that must be what it is, because she was almost finished, wasn't she? So she must have probably rewired most of it. Enough of Jarvis over, or Vision. I guess it's not Jarvis anymore. So, and obviously then gets ripped out. So, okay, that makes sense now.
Yeah, really good episode. Really got everyone talking and piqued everyone's interest again. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, we've gone from this is terrible to all these theories and can't wait stuff. So yeah.
And you said you wished the people who had originally watched the 4 episodes said they wished they had released the 4 episodes to begin with, and that makes sense now because we're all waiting for the next episode. We're all excited about
exactly. Yeah. The people that got a preview, like the press and that, got the first 4 episodes, so they saw them 3, and then that one they were like, oh wow, okay. So people that are probably jumping in now are going to watch the first lot. Yeah. I think it's just because it's coming out weekly. That was the issue. And I think they probably knew that. And that's why they gave us the first 2 in the same week.
Yeah.
Because if we had to wait another week for this one, I think it would have been a little bit.
Jump off,
If we had last week's episode this week, which I think was the worst one, I really struggled with it. I think we will be close to be like, yeah, do we actually want to watch this? We would have for the podcast, but outside, I think a lot of people would have jumped out.
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah, no, they made it right, made a good call, but yeah, really, really enjoyed it. Looking forward to next week's episode because again, like we were saying, I was like, I'll watch it, but I'm not, majorly, I'm not looking forward to it as much as I was like the Mandalorian or whatever. But yeah, this one really, really.
Yeah. No, MCU stuff, they're so good, aren't they? Like the way they connect to that universe. And I'm looking forward to Loki. I'm looking forward to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is end of this month. I think it's going to link
March. I think maybe March. I think it'd be when this one finishes. That one will start on it. So.
We got 4. Oh yeah, I guess we've got 4 more episodes, haven't we? So yeah, we're like halfway through. So if there's 8 again, but yeah, no. Anyway. Podcast is running on a little bit long this week, so we'll wrap it up here. So thanks for listening.
It's all our tangents we went off on. That's
which I missed. I was looking forward to talking about Star Wars. So the part I was looking forward to
technical issues.
Technical issues. Yeah, we'll blame someone.
Yeah. No, that's it. That's this week's episode. Thanks for listening. Remember to get in touch with us if you want, and like and follow us on all our social medias, and rate our podcast, please.
Absolutely. Yeah, we appreciate your support.
Yeah, definitely appreciate your support, and new episodes every Monday. So thanks for listening.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week.
Thank you very much.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.